Hello and welcome to Chiang Mai SEO. I've already been in town for a week, hanging around with some of the top SEOs in the industry. I've already had some fantastic insights whilst I've been here, and I'm going to be sharing these in my Ranking Revelations newsletter. So make sure you go to seojesus.com, go to Ranking Revelations, and sign up for the free newsletter there. I'll be revealing some of these top knowledge bombs there. The point so far has been, of course, the most recent September update. Lots of really big names have actually been really hit across their whole portfolios. So a key point of discussion is going to be working out how to actually recover those sites and what we're doing as our next steps to future-proof our strategies. When these emails go out, I tend not to repeat them for that real top 10% knowledge. For instance, my CTR booster SOP, or even the $75 parasite opportunity I recently revealed. And now, just in time, we've had news of a new November Google Core update. So during the conference next week, over the next week or two, we should really be seeing big movements in the search results and finding out what this update actually means. Hopefully it's going to reverse a lot of the September damage. I often talk about how generally Google updates do tend to reverse one another, so you might have your site go down only to then come up again at the next update. Whatever happens, it's good to know that I'm going to be some of the best in the industry and therefore getting to get the first insights of what's going on with this update and how to fix it. Maximize your upside and minimize any downside risks. On Monday, I've been invited to a private mastermind with some of the best link builders in the world. So my future clients will be benefiting from these industry-leading insights where, as usual, SEO is entirely crowdsourced. So the best way to get the next level insights is to have an open discussion about what's working for people right now, for people who are actually at the rock face, testing lots, applying these strategies to those clients, and seeing exactly what's working right now. Just last night, I was given a bit of insight around. A lot of us talk about the importance of your link ratio with the links you're building. What that basically means is I talk about this a lot on my channel in all my link building tutorials, where basically you don't want to get links from a site if it's linking out to everyone, so tens of thousands of websites. So even if it's a nice big DR70 news site, if it's linking out to hundreds of thousands of websites, then you're not getting much power from that link. Now, we already know this, but there are very few people who seem to have committed to a fixed link ratio between the number of inbound do follow links to a website and its outbound links. Let me show you what this means. This is a really popular site for guest posts, that are the kind of links you tend to get from agencies or online marketplaces. So on the face of it, to an agency, this is really good. You've got a DR of 73, and there are agencies out there that will simply give you the link saying, here's your DR, it's a really good link, that's it. First of all, DR can be manipulated. I talk about that in some of my other videos, but we're not talking about that right now. That's only one metric. But it's also important to look at traffic, and quite a few agencies do still do that. So you do want a site that's getting plenty of actual traffic with some traffic value. So overall, this scores quite highly. There is a bit of a red flag down here if we see how the traffic has collapsed recently. So from beginning of September, we've gone from 150,000 visitors per month to 67,000. So deal breaker at this stage, but it doesn't look great. But let me show you something. If we go to the linked domains report, we can see how many websites this site is linking to. So here we have 36,000 domains. And again, that's not the worst I've seen, but this is a pretty average number for these kinds of sites. And again, this is not to say it's a really bad site that's going to give you a penalty, but it means what you actually get for that link is pretty small. So if you are hiring an agency or paying for links, then you're not actually inheriting much of that DR70 power because you're sharing it with so many domains. Also an interesting report to look at that we use in our screening process, because you can actually get a very good idea of what kind of sites it's linking to. Because you obviously want to watch out for if it's loads of casinos, CBD, escort sites, things like that, then again, it's just kind of shady. So again, you want a healthy, holistic view where it just looks like a normal website. Maybe there's a few casinos in there, that's fine, but it shouldn't be a focus, shouldn't be dominated by it. Now, on the flip side, here's a site I actually like to work with quite regularly for placing links to my sites and my clients. So it's only a domain rating of 32. It does actually have a lot of backlinks. Remember that there's always a difference between backlinks referring to domains and the quality of those actual links. These are only quantitative views, not qualitative. But we're not talking about that today. For now, we'll just say DR32. So it's low, but it's not low. We have a minimum standard of 30 and traffic of 1,000. So if we come down here, it's getting, not only is it getting 6,000 traffic, but traffic has value, $2,600 per month. So we know it's decent, valuable traffic rather than just error codes, celebrity net worth, that kind of spam content that's designed to inflate your traffic metric. And if we come down here, the traffic has actually gone up quite significant recently. So overall, we're getting a lot of good signs that even though it's not the most powerful DR, it's still a good quality site. But here's the most important part. When we go to linked domains, here we have just 3,666 linked domains. So that's 10% of the number of outbound links of the previous site we looked at, even though that previous website was more powerful. But you've got to remember that we've got to be holistic about these things. So DR is easily manipulated. My team, every single link we build, we actually dig into the backlinks and work out where is that DR coming from? Has this site been around a long time, been featured in lots of newspapers, things like that? Is it all genuine? Or has it just been blown up with spam links and comments, things like that? I really just wanted to focus on was this idea of the linked domains. We know that this is an important factor. We use it in the agency, but amongst all my industry professionals, no one has really committed to what number, what ratio is actually right and optimal. Obviously, we want this number to be as low as it can be, and the number of links and quality of links to be as high as it can be. And of course, you're also factoring relevance all the time. You still want to get that relevance into your link. So this is why in my agency, we don't really have hard yeses and nos. It's much more of a scoring system in terms of they might win on relevance. They might have a few too many linked domains, but if the relevance is there and the power is there and everything else is all good, then we might forgive one or two red flags because you still need volume of links. If you don't build links, then you're simply going to get outpaced by competition. Recent Google updates have shown very clearly that Google is rewarding sites with a massive DR. So the main barrier to entry remains with SEO, building up your domain rating, getting those backlinks into your site. So if we're looking for perfect links all the time, you're just not going to grow. So the way we actually implement this when we're doing link building is once we conduct all this outreach to websites and then get responses back from websites that are willing to link to us, willing to negotiate with us, we then go through that screening process, and part of that is working out the link ratio. So what we do for that is create an Ahrefs batch analysis with that list of websites. And a batch analysis lets you see all this data at once. And it's also a massive cost saving on Ahrefs credits. Slowly, everyone's being phased off the legacy plan with Ahrefs. So now people are having to upgrade into the new plans, which are they're about the same price. They're a bit more expensive, but you have a credit limit of something like 500 or 600 credits per month. And once you go over that, then you're into these pay-as-you-go credits. And those costs can stack up quite quickly. I was having lunch just now with someone who said his friend ended up with an $8,000 Ahrefs bill for his overuse credits. So you can set limits and things to stop that happening, but I've really been using batch analysis much more because it doesn't use that many credits to actually get a huge amount of data. So with the sites we've reached out to that have got back to us, we can see most of them qualify on traffic. We've got a few that are below 1,000, so we ignore them. DRs are all good. Obviously, we need to go and check that it's an actual genuine DR and not manipulated. But what we really want to look at is over here with the number of links. So here we have referring domains, we've got total, and then we have do follow links. And then we have the number of linked domains. Sometimes you get slightly odd data. This is saying 2 linked domains, which I don't believe for a minute. I think I've placed more links on that site than 2. To work out our link ratio, we want to look at the number of linked domains versus the number of referring domains. So these are the backlinks of the site that's going to link to us. And then these are how many websites that website is also linking to. So the higher this number, the worse it is, or rather the lower this number, the better it is, and the higher this number, the better. Now, one of the limitation I keep thinking about this kind of metric is, like I say, backlinks like this are quantitative rather than qualitative metrics. So I could fire up a tool like GSA, Scrapebox, MoneyRobot, and any one of these sites I could hit with thousands upon thousands of links, and therefore get a really good link ratio. And obviously that's a black hat tactic that's not going to help anyone. So I'm doing a lot of testing at the moment to work out what is the best way to actually evaluate the quality of a site based on its linked domains, whilst also factoring in the fact that looking at the numbers is a very basic 2-dimensional metric. So we want to go deeper. So for a start, I've been trying to focus more on the do follow domains rather than the total, because all these automated spam links, a lot of them will actually be no follow. It's still not a perfect fix. There's ways of building do follow spam links as well. But fundamentally, we're looking at this number versus this number. So it was in the bar last night that someone said to me that quite a renowned, I won't say the name, but a very renowned SEO, very big on YouTube, he's got a specific link ratio that he uses, and they gave me the exact number for that. And that just sent alarm bells ringing for me. It was such a specific number that I suspect it's probably just marketing. But what I've been doing today is thoroughly testing out that hypothesis. So what I've been doing is, first of all, doing more analyses like this to work out what is the kind of average link ratio between do follow referring domains and link domains. And now what I'm going to do is actually start looking at some competitive search results and basically analyze all those backlink profiles to work out for sites that are really performing well, how are their link ratios in terms of their backlinks. So if they've got 1,000 backlinks, I'll analyze those backlinks and work out what the link ratio of those backlinks is. So that's just from a drink in the bar last night. That's just one knowledge bomb that I've taken away before the conference has even started. So for all of this and much more, do sign up to the newsletter below. Obviously, I can't give away other people's secrets publicly. And even then, the secrets I do give away have got to be very carefully done. So obviously, I can't share everything, but sign up to my newsletter and you'll be in the best place to actually receive those when they drop. And like I say, I'm not repeating them most of the time. It'll be a one-off opportunity, so make sure you don't miss it.